Earthquake in Haiti, and now desperation. As tension rose here in the battered Haitian capital, relief workers scrambled to deliver desperately needed food, water, and medical care. Recover survivors still trapped in the rubble, and collect thousands and thousands of bodies from the streets. An immense relief operation is underway, with cargo planes and military helicopters buzzing over the crowded airport. But more than 3 days after the earthquake struck, with many cries for help going silent, not nearly enough search and rescue teams or emergency supplies could make it here. The United Nations said it had fed 8,000 people, while 2 million to 3 million more people remained in dire need. Patience was wearing thin, and reports of looting increased as another day went by with no power and limited fresh water. For the moment, this is anarchy, said a top aide to the mayor of Port-au-Prince. There's nothing we can do. We're out here to show that we care, that we're suffering along with them. The United Nations said that at least 9,000 people had been buried in mass graves, and collecting bodies had become one of the few ways to earn money. They pay me $100 a day, said one man, Valencia Joseph, 32, as he was called to tug a body free of wires. He added, and there's many more. In Washington, Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton said she would visit Haiti to show support for the victims of the 7.0 magnitude quake. The Barack Obama administration, cautioning that it would take time for all their aid to reach those in need, granted Haitians living in the United States protection from deportation for 18 months and permission to work. Mr. Obama said he had spoken with the Haitian president and pledged the United States full commitment in helping rebuild from a quake that, according to United Nations estimates, destroyed at least 30% of the capital and half the buildings in some neighborhoods, or more. As I told the president, we realize that he needs more help, and his country needs more help. Much, much more. Mr. Obama said, and in this difficult hour, we will continue to provide it. The United States, in fact, took firmer control of the emergency operation. After 3 days of chaos and congestion at the airport in Port-au-Prince, Haiti's government ceded control of it to American technicians to speed the flow of relief supplies and personnel. The Federal Aviation Administration, which began managing air traffic into Haitian airspace, issued a stern warning to allow aid to flow in a more orderly way. No planes from the United States, military or civilian, would be allowed to land without express permission from the agency. Exceptions to their rule would be granted only to humanitarian aid planes, based on arrival times and on the availability of space at the airport, a notice from the agency said. The FAA warned the pilots that fuel still was not available at the airport, and that any aircraft bound here would need to have enough fuel to circle in the air for at least an hour. Admiral Mike Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said that 9,000 to 10,000 American troops were expected in Haiti, onshore and off, by Monday, and that the Pentagon was poised to send more. Speaking at a Pentagon news conference, Admiral Mullen said that approximately 5,000 would be ground troops who would help with security and logistical support, among other duties, The rest would be on ships. He said that an American aircraft carrier, the Carl Vinson, arrived off Haiti early Friday with 19 helicopters aboard, and that it would serve as a staging area for relief flights, purified water, and other supplies. Port-au-Prince, volatile in normal times, remained relatively calm, but the United Nations reported that one of its food warehouses in the capital had been looted. It called the theft limited and said it had recovered most of its provisions. But looting of houses and shops increased on Friday, and anger boiled over in unpredictable ways. Residents near the city's overfilled main cemetery stoned a group of ambulance workers seeking to drop off more bodies. Some people were bracing for the worst. A Haitian-American businessman who was hustling his family onto a private jet to Miami said he could feel the tension rising and feared that hunger and desperation might or could prompt an explosion of violence. If aid doesn't start pouring in at a significant level, there could be serious consequences on the streets. People are in the shocked and frightened phase, but the next phase will be survival. In New York, the United Nations Secretary General said he recognized that the slow pace of the relief effort could make people in Port-au-Prince restive. I suspect there will be some frustrations felt by the general population, he said. We are very much concerned about that kind of possibility and are taking all possible precautionary measures. Overnight, rescuers pulled 8 survivors from the rubble of the Hotel Montana, which served the country's elite and well-heeled foreign guests. This is a major catastrophe. For rescuers and those buried, every hour that passes is an enemy. The time window is ever shrinking. 2 aftershocks of approximately 4.5 magnitude rumbled through the island around 4 a.m. and 8:40 a.m. on Friday, according to United States Geological Survey. They spread fresh fear through the capital, where thousands and thousands were spending the night outside or in temporary shelters, still without electricity or reliable phone service. There were signs of resilience in the midst of the rubble and grief, as many Haitians, long accustomed to privation and unreliable government services, went on with their lives. Sidewalk markets popped up, offering food to the hungry, while hotels that survived the earthquake were still booking rooms, and taxi drivers were threading through the debris-covered streets. As a caravan of missionaries carrying water and other supplies headed across the border into Haiti, a man hosing the street shouted, "God help you." And the death toll could reach as many as 200,000, with many tens of thousands injured and hundreds of thousands homeless. Perhaps now Haiti will get the attention of the world. And these are more signs of the end times, transition days. There is a great, huge transition going on all around the world. Everything that can change or must change, it must change for the better. It must change rapidly. And there are many signs happening day by day.